All right. All right. Shalom, family. This is Job, chapter 16. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things, miserable, meaning troublesome. Comforters are ye all. Shall vain words have an end? And what emboldeneth thee that thou answerest? Meaning what provokes. I also could speak as ye do, if your soul were in my soul's stead. I could heap up words against you and shake mine head at you, but I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the moving, meaning the comfort from, of my lips should assuage your grief, should relieve your grief. Though I speak, my grief is not assuaged, and though I forbear, what am I eased? Even though I remain silent, still, yeah. So, but now he hath made me weary. Thou hast made desolate all my company, and thou hast fulfilled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me. And my leanness rising up in me beareth witness to my face. He teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth me, he gnasheth upon me with his teeth. Mine enemy sharpeneth his eyes upon me. They have gaped upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me. God hath delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he hath broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark, meaning his target. Excuse me. His archers compass surrounded me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder and doeth not spare. He poureth out my gall upon the ground. He breaketh me with breach upon breach, wound upon wound. He runneth upon me like a giant. I have sewed sackcloth upon my skin and defiled, lay my head upon and defiled my horn in the dust. Excuse me. My face is foul with weeping, meaning flushed with, and on my eyelids is the shadow of death. Not for any injustice in my hands, also my prayer is pure. O earth, cover not thou my blood, and let my cry have no place, no burial place. Also now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and my record is on high. My friends scorn me, facts, but mine eye poureth out tears unto God. Oh, that one might plead for a man with God, as a man pleadeth for his neighbor. That's deep. When a few years are come, then I shall go the way whence I shall not return. Chapter 17. My breath is corrupt. My days are extinct. The graves are ready for me. Are there not mockers with me? There are people that will pray on your downfall. They can't wait for you to go. And there are not mockers with me, and doeth not mine eye continue in their provocation? Lay down now, put me in a surety, a pledge with thee, who is he that will strike hands with me? For thou hast hid their heart from understanding. That's that's deep. Yeah. Therefore shalt thou not exalt them. He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. Wow, it's deep. He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was a tabaret. Mine eyes also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members are as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonied at this, astonished at this. And the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrites. That's deep. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do ye return and come now? Meaning, please come back again. And come now, for I cannot find one wise man among you. So everybody perpetrating that they are righteous and they didn't do no wrong or anything like that. Yeah, you show me one. You show me one that's without blemish. It's deep. My days are past. My purposes are broken off. Even the thoughts of my heart. The desires. They changed the night into. Okay, yeah. I did say chapter 17. They changed the night into day. The light is short because of darkness. If I wait, the grave is mine house. I have made my bed in the darkness. I have said to corruption, thou art my father. To the worm, thou art my mother and my sister. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? Not them worms of them graves. They shall go down to the bars of the pit of the Sheol, hell. When our rest together is in the dust. Chapter 18. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, how long will it be ere ye make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight? That's deep. He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee, and shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not thine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is into a net by his own feet. Wow. Yeah, we do our own doings. Man. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So it's like, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And if you wind up speaking against, like, even while 83 is going through all of their problems and stuff like that, you ain't even supposed to be all in that business. Stay in your lane and there won't be no traffic. Like the fact that we even start partaking now and like trying to even be kind of like celebratory or anything like that, your mind is kind of poisoned from that. You're still doing the same things that our oppressors did. So it's not like we have gone through and passed the pop quizzes and done the right things. We have to be able to get our whole heart whole, clean, and clear of even thinking about wanting to be mad at 83. Like, seriously. Like, if you sit here and focus on yourself, you'll be all right. Like, the world around you, everybody's around you. Everything's around you. The universe is accepting. So people to be like unbelievable. The universe believes it because it's here. So you got to be able to like get out of the way of what the Most High's work is going on. You know, you observe and report, but yeah. Mm, mm. Okay, where was that? How long will it be, Erie? Yeah. Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight? He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee, and shall the rock be removed out of his place? And the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So, like your own doing will, that's deep. So it's like even the words that I'm speaking out, like out of turn or being mean or angry or frustrated or just that same stuff, that same energy I gave out, it came back. So I'm telling y'all, be mindful of your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You have to be more restrained and discerning about all of that. Clear that off your plate. Let it go. Get over it. Get out of it. Get away from it. You'll be all right. But the moment you keep stepping in that dookie, it's gonna start smelling. So yeah, be mindful of that. He is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. So yeah, mm, I'm guilty of that. The jinn, meaning the net, shall take him by the heel, and the robber and the snare robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. There's a lot of traps. We're our home is our place of peace. But the moment you go out in this world, you're in a war zone. We're in the trenches all day, every day, everywhere we go. The world is not safe because it's a wicked world, but in in the hands of the Most High, you are truly safe. You are protected, and so you're able to even step on or be around any of these snares or be in a room full of vultures and still know how to move and not be deterred or chiseled and pricked on and stuff like that. The moment you start like denying the Most High, like that's when your trouble start coming in. When you start questioning the Most High, that's when your trouble start coming in. So you got to be mindful of the trickery, because just as the spirit came down, Satan came down to it. He was right there. So he just right around the corner, just looking around, just waiting for the opportunity to see if you will be susceptible to your seven deadly sins, your desires, the desires of this world. So yeah, be mindful. They are out here. Terrors shall make him afraid of on every side, and that's facts, and shall drive him to his feet. It will break you down. All of the pain in this world, it will break you down. I've seen the best and the strongest look like, yeah. His strength shall be hunger bitten. Wow. And destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. That's crazy because people have kids and like they do everything for their kids, and their kids just deplete them to keep doing wrong. And it's just, people just be like, nah, I don't. Why are they doing this? You're being devoured for that reason. There's a lot of reasons for that. You done built up this whole empire, and they just they just knock your whole sandcastle down. Like, you see it many times with a lot of like wealthy celebrities or just rich, powerful, influential people, anything like that. They're their offspring that have been privileged with the nepotism, that it suppresses the ability for them to actually learn those life skills, those spiritual rituals, and that whole list of things that you should be able to ingest and digest and process and be able to manifest into your own life. People are here to help you out. And so when you don't see it that way, you go buck wild crazy. You'll blow your mama and your grandma and your daddy and your grandpa's money. And it's happened over and over again. This ain't nothing new. And then the parents be just sitting there with a wine bottle in their hand, like, man, I done did everything for these children, and they ain't even thankful. They actually hate me for, giving, making it easy for them. It's like, do you really want to go through the harm? Well, go ahead. But that's what that does. They will devour your strength. Mm. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. They parade him. They parade him before the terrors. It shall. They shall dwell in his tabernacle, because who it is because it is none of his, meaning who are. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation, his roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth. Man, that's that's when I got my spiritual background check. It was about like the main part of my gifted mission was like, uh, I will be a high priest of great reputation. And it's really my choice of how my reputation will be, whether it's a good reputation, whether I've done good by people or I've done horrible by people. So, just being in that, knowing that it does help out a lot. But to have gone through everything and you just are forgotten, for the Most High to forget you, like, how scary is that? Like, he's just like, oh, you don't want to be my child? All right, go out in the world. You ain't my child no more. I'm gonna cut you off. I don't even remember you. Who are you? Yo no sé. Yo no sé. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. Wow. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world, or they drive him. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings, his posterity. Uh, they that come after him in the west shall be astonied at his day, as they that in the east went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. Mm. Chapter 19. Then Job answered and said, how long will ye vex or torment my soul, and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me, deal harshly with me. Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's like you treat the Most High bad, like you punish or reprimand or rebuke, and you want a reward, you want to be pat on the back, you want to be treated good, like you curse his name and blasphemous, and like how demonically just sick and twisted is that? Like, that's where we've gotten, where we glorify failure and shun success, or we glorify misery and we stomp on being happy with what you got, being happy with where you're at, where you came from, where you're going. We sit here and wallow in the sorrow of that. And he's like, why should I reward you? Why should you treated me strange? Yeah. And be it indeed that I have erred mine, or error remaineth with myself. If indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, and plead against me my reproach, know now that God hath overthrown me, and hath compassed me with his net. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment or justice. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass, and he hath set darkness in my paths. He hath stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head. That's just all bad, y'all. That's just all bad. And there's so many brothers and sisters out here who are going through these same exact things. I've been guilty of it too. So I know that it's real. It's out here. You know, when you just get everything because you went against. Shame on you. How dare you? That's how you're looking at it. Like I don't remember you now. I don't remember this type of. I don't remember this side of you. Who are you? You're supposed to be my son. You're supposed to be my daughter. And this is how you treat me. This is how you repay me. You tie my hands up. I have to just take everything away from you. So yeah. He hath destroyed me, breaks me down on every side, and I am gone, and mine hope hath he removed like a tree, just like that. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counteth me unto him as one of his enemies. Man, you do not want to be the Most High's enemy. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're thinking, but that is not a person you want to have beef with. Ooh, you see what he's doing around the world? You seeing what he done in everybody's life? Whether good or bad, you don't want that smoke. Stop. He hath put my brethren far from me, and my acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends, my close friends, have forgotten me. I've gone through that. I have a lot of people that know me, and they just, I'm gonna leave you alone. Still love them though. Love all of everybody. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. That's facts. I am from your foreign. You know, and they don't even, yeah. The world is more worse than with the, yeah. Let me just, whew. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. Yeah, that's hard. My breath is strange to my wife. Wow. And you see a lot of people arguing now. There's so many emotional back and forth. I hear it. I see it. Man, it's like people are like really choosing not to want to get along or want to communicate and solve and, heal. You know, it's like people are really out here giving up. Like I see it. I took a nice hour-long walk yesterday, and I just walked and saw somebody just literally in the middle of the street, kid walking over him. He just had gave up on life, just sitting there. 83 is really out here behind the back of a dumpster. Like it is like one dude popped out on me yesterday. It's like, wow. But people have given up, and people started going against. It's tough. Tough for a lot of people out here. Though I entreated for my children's sake of my own body, yea, young children despised me. I arose and they spake against me. You got kids going against their parents because their parents been lying to them about everything. Saying, "Oh, I've been trying to keep you safe and protected. Oh, I was just trying to do the best for you." No, the best for them you could have did was give them the truth. Throw them in the deep end. Let them touch that stove. Not literally. Don't let no kid touch the stove. I'm just saying. So they can feel how hot the kitchen is. My mother allowed me to do that. I'm so thankful for her to be like, okay, I'm gonna give you the instructions. I'm gonna let you know that this is what it is beforehand. Then I'm gonna let God guide you, and you make your conscious decision because you got your free will. You my son, but I can't control you. And even then, I didn't want to disrespect and dishonor and be dishonorable, So I listened to my mama, listen to pops too. So, rest in peace. But yeah, they are speaking against. There's a lot of arguing, so much arguing and emotional fighting. I'm guilty of it. So all my inward friends abhorred me. and they whom I loved are turned against me. My bones cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth. True. Have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God hath touched me. Why? And that's humility right there. He's like begging for everybody around him. And like, hey, I know I did wrong. I know I said what I said and went it all over the place. But hey, God, He put a whooping to my backside. You know, hopefully you hear me, type of thing. You know, and the God touched him. Why do ye persecute me as God? So like, why did that's this is deep. And are not satisfied with my flesh. Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with an iron pen and lead in the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer, my kinsman, meaning literally kinsman, liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day, at the last day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy my this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. Wow, that's powerful. Whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. Though my reins be consumed with me. That's interesting. This is like the day I saw my grandmother pass right in front of me. Like she was dying right in front of me, and her eyes were so wide open, like she saw God. It was the most amazing, like scariest thing I've ever seen. But I watched her blood, like she threw up like right in front of me. Her blood just, ugh, and it touched the ground, and it like it did like that, like it was hot, steamy, and it just started glittering. But she was laying in that bed and she was looking up, and it was like she was seeing people, whether it's our family members, our elders, or God, an angel. She saw it. I felt something that day, and that was when I actually completely changed over. I gave up a lot. I stopped doing a lot. I stopped hanging around a lot of people. Be ye separate, saith the Lord, touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and I will be a father unto you, and you shall be my sons and daughters. That stuck with me since a kid. And it's literally the it's literally the verse of my life. You know, it's like I can double dutch in between everything, but he's like, you gotta be separate, my son. You have to walk this alone. I'm teaching you. I'm showing you. And that was a lesson that I saw with my grandmother as well. That she saw something that day. Her eyes beheld. But ye should say, why persecute we him? Seeing the root of the matter is found in me. Be after of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. Chapter 20. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short? That's real. That you all of these things are so short lived. No different from a scratch off to somebody committing infidelity on their significant other, whether it's a substance, illegal something like a dangerous substance, illegal, whatever you want to call it, drug, whatever. All of these things are very short. As I look through my own life, like these decisions to try to like dabbling in any of these temptations and desires and vices and sins, they were short lived. And then my soul got snared, and I got jacked up from all of whatever mistake that I made at that time. I learned very quickly. I got my act together. Like I didn't make a lot of the same mistakes over and over again, but I'm just saying it is definitely very short lived. And being wicked, it's not worth it, y'all. It's not worth it doing the wrong. It's not worth it being wrathful and cheating on your husband or cheating on your wife and all that. It's not worth none of that. Your soul, your soul is crying out, and you're not listening because you're being hard headed. But your soul is crying out from the inside to you. Hey, stop what you're doing. And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. Though this excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach upon the clouds, unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. Mm. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Oh man, that's a crazy feeling. And you won't even know that that feeling is there because your feelings are gone. Like you're gone. But that feeling is there because the people that live on, they experience it, or that's their lesson that the Most High is showing them of why they may have done or said things. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his excuse me, and his hands shall restore their goods. Wow, this is just going all bad. I'm just the moment you do wrong, the moment you even curse the Most High, you get a whole, you get a big old sin burger. Mm-mm-mm. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which and that's true too. Because it's like we, as we get older, we still hold on to the sins. We don't know how to let go sometimes. I'm guilty myself, but we hold a lot of these sins in our bones, and people will go down with their pride, holding on to it, stubborn pride. It's so stubborn to be holding on to these things, but we will go down with it like the band on the Titanic, you know, and glorious pride. No, this stuff will stay in your bones if you allow it to be. Mm. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. That's crazy. Look at the amount of graves that people holding on to that stuff. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, literally in his palate. So it's like we still keep speaking on things that we shouldn't be speaking on. Like it's not about like I'm trying to say you're able to speak on it, but it's like when it becomes your everything, like you start worshiping and idolizing these things, whether it's Trump, the Cowboys, you know, there's anything dealing with any of these sins. Either people place thing idea. That's what we hold on to so much. Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. Oh, yeah, uh, they turn sour. It uh, it is the gall of asp within him, becomes cobra venom. That's crazy. I just remember hearing somebody was talking about that gallbladder, and it was like venom, and the suffering he was going through from drinking. He was in he stopped drinking. He was and I wouldn't say I don't know if he was alcoholic, but he had his gallbladder removed, and his life ain't been the same since then. So it's like our sins become the venom that destroys our temple. He hath swallowed down riches, and he hath vomited them up again. That's deep. Mm. God shall cast him out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps of cobras, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers of the streams of floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away, seized a house which he builded not. See, that's crazy. People will take, and that's, we got people that, we got brothers and sisters who do that all day, every day. We'll take something, we'll take credit, we'll take your house, we'll take your girl, we'll take anything. And that's what we've been conditioned since we were born, is to be so gladiatorial. Survival of the fittest. What is that? It's one of them like philosophies, psychology, or anything like that. Is it not Mark? I don't know why I'm thinking. I don't know why the word Marxism is popping in my head. That's not it, but Nietzsche or something like that. One of those philosophies. But it's like we've been conditioned and trained to be, and we can't let it. We don't know how to turn that off or hit the reset button or forgive ourselves for even going that far deep into that sin pool. Yeah. But we will take away. That's a sin. We'll sit there and take something that you didn't build, you didn't work on, you didn't do it. Yeah. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. That's facts. Because you don't feel good after you stole something from somebody, or you didn't took something from somebody. You don't feel good after none of that. None of that. I don't care if you was poor and you stole an apple because you were hungry. Like, our guilty conscience really does get us. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, or wretched, or suffer. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown, an unfanned fire, blown shall consume him. Then we just went through that with the Pacific Palisades. It's deep. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. Chapter 21. But Job answered and said, Hear diligently my speech, and let this be your consolations. Suffer me, bear with me, that I may speak. And after that I have spoken, mock on. As for me, is my complaint to man? Wow. That's very deep. It's a very deep question. And if it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? Mark me or look at me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold of my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live? Become old, yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in the sight with them. and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bull gendereth, their bull breeds and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ or flute. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. In Hebrew is Sheol. Sheol. Therefore they say unto God, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Quit questioning him. It's like you're trying to bargain or work out you're trying to the art of the deal. You're trying to negotiate with the Most High. Just cut it. Just follow directions. Shut up. Sit down. Listen and follow directions. That's it. It's not hard. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out, the lamp? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them? All the time. God distributeth sorrows in his anger. So yeah, that's deep. That's heartbreaking though. It's like, ugh. It's like it shouldn't even, yeah. They are the stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He layeth up a man's iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? Shall any teach God knowledge? Seeing he judgeth those that are high. One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. I don't know how you say his, and he got breast milk. That kind of was confusing right now. Yeah, my mind went to a blonde moment on that one. And another dieth in the bitterness of his soul, and never eateth with pleasure. They shall lie down alike in the dust, and the worms shall cover them. Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices, the schemes, which ye wrongfully imagine against me. Wow, that's heavy. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens, their signs? Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? Yeah. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he hath done? Yet shall he be brought to the grave, and shall remain in the tomb. The vigil shall be kept over. The clods in the valley shall be sweet unto him, and every man shall draw follow after him, as there are innumerable before him. How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your own, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood, faithlessness. How ye comfort, how then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood? Man, it's crazy. That's how you gonna comfort me? You still out here doing wrong. And we don't see it sometimes with our leaders, our spiritual leaders, these pastors and ministers, bishops. They might have a special gift to be able to do it, but it's perverse. You know, it's in vain. It's false. You know, that's a deep question. Excuse me. Then Eliphaz, the Temanite, answered and said, can a man be profitable unto God, as he that is wise may be profitable unto himself? That's deep. Like any profit that you do, any profit that you get or have, it should be in the righteousness of the Most High. Like God should be a part of any of your business, you know. And I realize that now, even for me. Like God is literally a part of all of what I'm doing now. Like I emphasize on it now a lot more. Not perfect, but I'm working on it. But I know that the release and the excitement, the peace, the releasing, the medicine, the therapy, the healing that I get from incorporating and knowing that the Most High is in any and everything that I'm doing. And so to give credit to myself or to give credit to another man or anybody like that or idolize that golden cow, you know, more than the Most High, like he's a part of all of this, everything, and to not acknowledge that part, like to even be just to even be having a thought of that, like that just is stupid. Like I know the Most High has orchestrated everything in my life so that not so that it gets all credit. The Holy Spirit is truly guiding me in everything that I've ever done. And when I wasn't listening, I stepped in doo-doo. But it's like I couldn't do anything to be trying to profit, and I didn't just doing it in the wrong way. Like I was never able to profit truly the right way because I was doing it the wrong way. So this is showing like, yeah, you may get that short term, that short lived sin. You know what I'm saying? That short term profit, that fast money. You know, you want to be out there in the streets and doing all that wrong. Hey, it is much as fast as that money came in for me. That money was gone when I was young. Yeah, as fast as it came in, it was gone. I wasn't overly stupid, but yeah, it was just like certain circumstances that get presented to you and are gone. I wasn't going to be profitable because it wasn't stamped with the holy seal of the Most High. Facts. So, man, that's a beautiful lesson to be learning right about now. Is it any pleasure to the Almighty that thou art righteous, or is it gain to him that thou makest thy ways perfect, blameless? So yeah, that's ego right there. That's like, oh, I did this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about. God ain't doing nothing. No. Whew, better take them out of your mouth. Will he reprove thee for fear of thee? Will he enter with thee into judgment? Is not thy wickedness great, and thine iniquities infinite? For thou hast taken a pledge from thy brother for naught, and stripped the naked of their clothing. Thou hast not given water to the weary to drink, and thou hast withholden bread from the hungry. But as for the mighty man, he had the earth, and the honorable man dwelt in it. Thou hast sent widows away empty, and the arms of the fatherless have been broken, crushed. Wow, that's deep. Therefore snares are round about thee, and sudden fear troubleth thee, or darkness that thou canst not see, and abundance of waters cover thee. Is it not God in the height of heaven? And behold the height of the stars, how high they are. Yeah, it's amazing how the stars and the heaven and the sun and everything, like the sun is the sun. And it just makes you feel so good when that sun touches my beautiful black skin. I could sit there and be on the beach all my life. You're getting all four elements. You're getting wind, you're getting fire, you're getting water, and you're getting earth. That's why a lot of people do live by the beach or live on the, on islands or the ocean or anything like that. It's interesting because you got Jeff Bezos sending these fake productions of people up to space. It's no different like when you go to actual Disneyland and you go into, I remember, what was that ride? Space Mountain? Star Wars? It's a small world after all. Some of these rides that are like 3D generated, it it makes you feel like you're in space. It makes you think that you're somewhere else. And it's interesting to see how any of these things happen when the Orion goes up to space or the firmament and it come crashing down. It's interesting because I watched that little shuttle come crashing down on the ground. Like that wasn't the lies that 83 put out for people to believe. They've been putting out lies from the first moon landing on just even on the way before Tesla. Like we've definitely, you got to open your eyes, beloveds. These people been lying to us about any and everything. My mother used to tell me there's no hustler's remorse. These people will hustle your soul out of you. If they can tax the air, they would. Shout out the movie Total Recall. You done got all happy. You done moved to Mars with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then they cut your air off and you can't breathe because you don't got enough credits. Down here on Earth, you got all the air you can breathe. But we sit here want to keep defying the skies and curse the stars. They're very high. So people be saying that they can do this and do that. None of man's machines can accomplish any of these things that they are trying to say that they do. So you can be fooled if you want to. I'm not. And thou sayest, how doeth God know? Because he knows. Can he judge through the dark cloud, the thick darkness? Yes. He lives and dwells in it. That's where he wants you to meet him, man, and communicate with him. He wants you to go back down there and chill with him in that thick black darkness. That's where he's at chilling. Thick clouds are a covering for him that he seeth not, and he walketh in the circuit of heaven. Hast thou marked the old way which wicked men have trodden? Will you keep to the mark? Which were cut down out of time, whose foundation was overflown with the flood, which said unto God, depart from us, And what can the Almighty do for them? Yet he filled their houses with good things. But the counsel of the wicked is far from me. The righteous see it and are glad, and the innocent laugh them to scorn. Whereas our substance is not cut down, but the remnant of them the fire consumeth. Acquaint now thyself with him, and be at peace. Thereby good shall come unto thee. Receive, I pray thee, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in thine heart. If thou return to the Almighty, thou shalt be built up. Thou shalt put away iniquity far from thy tabernacles or tents. Then shalt thou lay up gold as dust, and the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brooks. Yea, the Almighty shall be thy defense, and thou shalt have plenty of silver. For then shalt thou have thy delight in the Almighty, and shalt lift up thy face unto God. Thou shalt make thy prayer unto him, and he shall hear thee, and thou shalt pay thy vows. Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. Great glory. When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person. For real. Wow. You got to be broken down in order to be built back up. So real and true to life right now. You have to be humble. Humility is a dying art. It's an extinct thought and feeling and knowing that people coherently, conscientiously are aware of and choose to, I don't want to be humble. Yeah. I want to be a savage. You got songs out. I'm a savage. Like, for real. Like, we glorify the failure. We glorify the disgusting. Like, that's where we're at right now. And when people get to the point of like, you know what was I thinking? The same thing with me. When I sit here and listen to the music I've made, I'm like, damn, Trey, what was you thinking? You're a dope artist, but I don't know, brother. So I have to look at myself in the mirror when I think about things like that. Like I can't change it. It's already been done. And that's a part of my story, and I can sit here and be it and then make it, and I make it a teaching moment. I don't sit here and hide who I was under the, no. The Akashic record is everything has already been recorded. I don't sit here and have to front and be fraudulent about nothing. You ask any question, I will give it to you. And so yeah, got to be humble. You got to be humble in all that you have and all that you go through, where you came from, where you're at, and where you're going. Have to be. That humility builds that hunger builds humility. So you have to get broken down in order to receive that beautiful lesson. So I think that's why I can appreciate the TV show Naked and Afraid, because I sit here and watch these people be starving. And when I'm fasting with the nation, I'm watching food shows. I promise you, I'll be on one. I'm a different person when I'm fasting. It is amazing though. The Most High truly works on me. But I'll watch like shows like Naked and Afraid, like survival shows or anything like that. I'm watching people in the moment that they get that first the appreciation that you have for just even food, even for air. You're drowning or anything like that. Just we've lost that true. We've gotten slothful. We've gotten lackadaisical in our efforts because we think that we scored the touchdown, but really you dropped the ball before you even crossed the line. So, who's, joke's on you type of thing. So these are lessons that I've had to learn in my life, and I hope these lessons help you young brothers and sisters out there in the world. So, great glory. He shall deliver the island of the innocent, and it is delivered by the pureness of thy hands. Chapter 23. Then Job answered and said, even today is my complaint bitter. Mm, wow, that's deep. My stroke is heavier than my groaning. Oh, these words is just so I love. These brought me peace. It's for real. It's in my life. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat. I would order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me and understand what he would say unto me. Will he plead against me with his great power? No, but he would put strength in me. There the righteous might dispute with him. So should I be delivered forever from my judge? Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where he doeth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him. But he knoweth the way that I take, when he hath tried me, and shall come forth as gold. For my foot hath held his steps, head fast, meaning he held fast to. His way have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. That's when you got that amount of control, when you can control yourself like that. Oh, hold on. Screen trying to close out. There you go. Oh no, what? There we go. All right. Screen is good. Screen is good. All right. More necessary food. But he is on one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desireth, even that he doeth. That's facts. People do what they want to do. Yeah, that's crazy. For he performeth the thing that is appointed for me, and many such things are within him, are with him. Therefore am I troubled at his presence. When I consider, I am afraid of him. For God maketh my heart soft or weak, and the Almighty troubleth me, because I was not cut off before the darkness, neither hath he covered the darkness from my face, hidden deep darkness. That's where we're at with it right now. Is that shadow work and that really deep darkness, that grueling. Chapter 24. Why seen times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the asses of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. It's in Italy. They take. It's interesting that I just read that part. The landmarks, they violently take them away. When you think about, like, even when I think about any of these, like, military bases, especially like brothers that are like now buying these military bases or anything like that, or these old Confederate lands and stuff like that. These were landmarks of ours. These were sacred places that got desecrated, blood spilled on those lands. And now those lands are not profitable to none of them now. Truly. I just read about the profit, profiting, and you're profiting for your own diabolical, devious ways. It was never blessed. Like you was in the blessing, you took advantage of took for granted, and you disadvantageously took advantage of what the blessing was supposed to be, and y'all did evil across the whole world. And so to be able to destroy and take away these landmarks that were our lands violently, you are starting to see that you're being removed in the same fashion violently. Yes, you are reaping what you're sowing right now. You are, yeah. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert, go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children, the donkeys. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge with them, lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains, and embrace the rock for want of a shelter. And they huddle around. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within their walls, and tread their wine presses, and suffer first. Men grow from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out. Yet God, yet God layeth not folly to them. Yeah, you got a lot of people growing from out of the city. Yeah, that's true. Mm. They are of those that rebel against the light. That is true. I just remember I just saw a brother that was just like, oh, I'm not a part of the nation no more. I'm not claiming to be a Hebrew Israelite no more. It's just like, dude, like these groanings are going to backfire and come back to you because you're not doing it for us. You're doing it for the Most High, and the Most High ain't gonna be pleased with that. You ain't got nothing to prove to me, the next person, and any of us. Just like me, I have nothing to prove to nothing about in the nation or anything like that. I have all to prove to the Most High and to show thyself approved and be that humble servant that He is just asking for us to be. But when you're moaning and groaning, yeah, it's not going to come that way. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the path thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night as a thief. Just like the Most High has been a thief in the night right now, taking people out. The eye also of the adulterer waiteth for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. In the dark they dig through houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light, for the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If if one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters. Their portion is cursed in the earth. And ooh, that's deep. Wow. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters. So doeth the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him. Mm. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. Mm. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil, he preys upon. That's we got a lot of leaders who do that too. They prey upon and treateth the barren that beareth not and doeth not good to the widow. False advertisement. God draweth also the mighty with his power. So God is in control. He's the one that gives the power at the end of the day. He draws up. He's the grand architect. Period. Point blank. We be over here acting like we got God complexes, like we do this and do that. No, cut it out. Cut it out. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. And that's facts. Like how many times people just get lost in their thoughts just from simple fact like, ugh, I am not sure of life. I am not. This is not normal. What is it? That it makes people go buku crazy. Truly do. Though it be given to him be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so now, who will make me who will prove me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? That's facts. Chapter 25. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, Dominion and fear are with him. He maketh peace in his high places. Is there any number of his armies, and upon whom doeth not his light arise? Wow. That's facts. How then can man be justified with God? Or how can he be clean that is born of woman? Ladies, don't take that the wrong way. That is just meaning that, like, you came through the process that God created. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how can you justify? Oh, man, that's so deep. Oh, wow. That's humility right there. That is breaking that. Behold, even to the moon, and it shineth not. Yea, the stars are not pure in his sight. How much less man that is a worm, meaning no maggots, and the Son of Man, which is a worm. We are maggots. God, thank you. Thank you for your beautiful word. Heavenly Father, you have made a way. Every way. All day. Every second, every moment. I am not bigger than whatever I say myself is. I am willing to be broken down to be built up back. I am a worm. I am a maggot. I am humble. I am a lapdog to your favor, grace, and mercy. And the only thing that I can do is just shut up, digest everything that you have given me, past, present, and future, hindsight, insight, foresight, and say with the most highest of sincerity, thank you. Thank you for everything. All praise to the Most High. And that is the end of chapter 25. Joke. I have a performance I will be performing later today out here. I'll be going viral. I am supposed to be out here healing our people and speaking the truth of Ezekiel 33 to the world, right to the faces of the wicked. This is the work that needs to be done. And I thank the Most High for giving me back my strength, my confidence, swag, the love, breaking the callous, bitterness, rage and anger, and letting go and let him do his job and let me stay over here and stay in my lane. Because the more I've stayed in my lane, the more I realize that there is no traffic and I'm riding with the top down, sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster lean. Woo woo. So, shalom, beloveds. Y'all have a great day. I'll post up the video and you guys will be able to see it later on. So